and welcome to another edition of Faye Fitness. Today is going to be episode 2 in our Women's Self-Defense series, and we have our lovely participant Ed here who is going to help us with some of the moves today. So if you'd like to learn more about women's self-defense, stay tuned and I'll show you how. Okay, so as you guys saw in the introduction, Ed and I are going to be demonstrating 5 different moves you can do if an attacker is advancing on you. So this is in a situation where you've done all the preventative things that we spoke about last time. You've used your voice, you've stayed in well-lit, populated areas, you've been aware of your surroundings, you've had that good posture, and life has seemed to work. So here's some things that you can do just focusing on an attacker's head that will help keep you safe and really hurt whoever is coming at you. So as you can see with our dummy Ed here, I'm going to be describing and then demonstrating some of the moves on him. So our first move is going to be attacking Ed's forehead. So what we're going to aim for is this area right here, and we're going to want to hit it with the palm of our hand. So this area right here where all the bones are and it's nice and hard, we want to make contact in one fluid motion to hit him in the forehead. And ideally, when we make impact, we want to push his head back. That's going to actually rattle the brain within the skull and be really uncomfortable. Sometimes if you have enough force, it can cause a concussion. Really, if someone like Ed is coming at you and being a jerk and trying to attack you, don't worry about his safety and if he's going to get a concussion. Worry about keeping yourself safe. So again, for this move, it's just one solid move of have your heel of your palm leading forward, and you want to aim for this area. So try to hit this spot every time. And generally, I like to practice with an attacker who's about my size, maybe a little bit taller, just for good practice. And then once you get a good reflex with that, you can then start aiming higher, lower, whatever you think that you might be coming into contact with. So next, what we're going to talk about are the temples. And so that's going to be this area right here between the eye and the ear. So if I can get a little closer for you guys, it's going to be right in this area. And the reason why you want to hit that area is because that's where the skull is actually the thinnest, and so it's going to hurt the most. This is something that you can hit with the palm or the heel of your palm, with your knuckles, with a fist, with a karate chop. Just really any kind of impact in this area is going to really hurt someone. So if you're feeling really adventurous, you can hold your hand like this with your knuckles up, preferably your middle finger knuckle up and then your ring finger, or if you want to do both level, or if you just want them all kind of in a nice little ball like that, go for it. But you just want to be making contact with this area. So again, if it's a fist, that works too because it's still going to hurt. If it's your knuckles, if it's the karate chop, if it's the heel of your palm, you can just practice with those variations of that movement to figure out what works best for you and what feels more comfortable. Because even though probably the knuckle is going to hurt the most and do the most initial shock to your attacker, if that doesn't feel natural and fluid, don't worry about it. Just stick with what works for you. So next we're going to be moving on to the ears. And you may be thinking, well, that's dumb. Ears are not really what we think of when we think of a potential target to hit on someone, but ears are actually a really great opportunity to take advantage of our eardrums. So if you were to slap someone with a flat hand upside the head hard enough, you could actually potentially break their eardrum. Otherwise, you're going to disorient them. So just, again, slapping. Just come up and slap over. Kind of like if you're going to slap someone on the side of the face, think about aiming for their ear. The other thing you can do is grab hold of the ear and yank. Because there are so many nerve endings in the ear, wherever our ear goes, our head goes. And so that's a really great way of, say you don't really want to hurt your attacker, you just want to get them off balance so that you can turn around and make an escape. Grab, yank, and then turn and run. So it's a really effective method. And again, in some of the later videos, I'll show you how to grab, yank, and then get your knee involved to knee them in the face, punch them in the face, do things that are a little bit more intense than what I wanted to start out with in this video series. So next, what we're going to talk about is the nose. And like most animals, if you hit them in the nose, it's really going to hurt. And again, this can be something where you use the heel of your palm, your knuckles, your closed fist. You can karate chop, so with the side of your hand here, just really anything in this nose area. There's a lot of nerves. It's going to be really sensitive. And even if you hit someone with a moderate amount of force, it's still going to make their eyes water and it's going to decrease their vision, again, giving you an opportunity to escape. So you can just, again, practice this, see what works well for you, and then just go from there. So the whole purpose with giving you so many options is that you can find one that feels very natural for you and becomes very fluid, because we want these to be practiced to such the extent that they become muscle memory. So moving on, the final part of the face that we're going to talk about today is actually the eyes. And I've saved this for last just because the eyes are the most sensitive part of the face, and really by attacking that you can have the most long-term permanent damage to your attacker. So again, hopefully you'll never have to use this or any of the tools that I've presented in the self-defense series, but this is good information to have just in case. So to attack the eyes, you have, again, several options. Really the main thing you want to think about is just getting the tips of your fingers into the eyes, and whatever way you can do that is fabulous. The most common way that I've seen that they also have taught a lot in self-defense classes, like the ones I've had in the past, is to take your thumbs. So think like you're giving someone a thumbs up and then just tilt your hands outward to the side. So if Ed was coming at me, I'm going to have my hands like this. I'm going to insert my thumb as close to his tear ducts as possible and then swipe out towards his ears. So again, looking into the camera, that's going to look like inserting that into the tear ducts, and then you can either make a scooping motion, like you're scooping ice cream, or just move them outwards towards the ears. So it's going to come in and out. And trust me, if you do that to anyone, they are going to be thoroughly dissuaded from continuing their advancement on trying to attack you. The other thing you can think about is using your fingers to either poke, claw, scratch, really any kind of motion that's going to get them up in the eyes. And this is something that works really well and is very effective because, as I'm sure you can imagine, this is really kind of creepy and freaky, having someone's fingers all up near your eyeballs. So this is the final tip in today's series. Tune back next week where we'll actually talk about the neck and collarbone area, and then every week we'll just move down the body, talking about different pressure points, different sensitive areas, and things that you can use to help keep yourself safe and prevent yourself from being attacked. So thank you so much for watching today, guys. Both Ed and myself really appreciate it. I hope that you found this informative, and stay tuned for next week where we will cover the neck and collarbone area in terms of how to attack someone in those regions to keep yourself safe. If you have any questions about anything that we covered today, please leave those in the description down below and I will answer them as soon as possible, as well as if there's something maybe I missed that you think would be helpful for others, please leave that down below as well. I've really appreciated all the feedback I've gotten so far. You guys are awesome, so thank you so much, and please like and subscribe, so I will see you next week. Bye guys!